Nice to see you. So let's start our meeting today. And you know, December is already here, and everybody start to finish their projects. So we are here, and we are trying to be successful to improve our public speaking skills and our friendship. And I really happy that all of you come tonight to this meeting. So I see one person who is first time today. Yes, am I right? So may I ask you to come to the stage and say a few words about yourself and what do you expect from this meeting?
Hi everyone, my name is Arthur. It's my first time in this club, but I know what are you doing here because I've been to many times in other clubs. So why I came here? I just like to meet new people, maybe to find some friends. What else? I'm not married yet, so that's all my reasons. That's all.
Great, thank you very much. New people, new friends, everyone is here, and
maybe
more. Yeah. Maybe wife, almost. So let's begin our meeting, and I would like to invite to the stage. I think today everyone is know about Toastmasters, and I can miss this part. I agree.
What? Do you agree? I'm grammarian. Do you agree?
Do you agree, grammarian? Grammarian is also our area director, so she is a perfect woman. It's nice to be friends with her. Hello. So now let's begin, and I would like to invite to the stage our Toastmaster of the evening, Daniel.
Thank you, Aline. The topic of the meeting today is Christmas and seasons. Greetings. Voluntary work is a way for amazing meetings. I already hear skeptics telling me, well, it's their Christmas that is coming. Our Christmas is a good month away. Then another group of skeptics, I hear them saying, look, we're living in a multicultural society, and this is a multi-confession country. It's not appropriate to speak about religious holidays. Whatever is the opinion of different people on the matter, no one is going to deny. December is a time of festivity, holiday spirits, and also the time of sharing, caring, and giving. Whether it is for this reason or for a different one that the United Nations organization has designated the 5th of December an International Day of the Volunteer for economic and social development, I don't know, but they have. And we, as an association of clubs, whose modus operandi is based on volunteering work, perhaps know this better than many others. And now tell me, can you find a better known global volunteer than St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, Father Frost? He starts his work with economic development by procuring all those gifts. And then he continues with the social development, distributing all those gifts to the parties involved. And this is indeed the festive season of giving and sharing. And whether you give 100 or 200 rubles to the details indicated on the agenda or to that box, or you give 100,000 to a big charitable foundation, it doesn't really matter. Whether you spare 3 minutes of your time for a personal evaluation, or whether you contribute 30 hours of your time to help your neighbor because he is struggling with his geography, for example, and he is raised by a single mom and he needs to prepare for the exams. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you share. What matters is that you give. Winston Churchill has once remarked that we make our living by what we get. We make our life by what we give. And this is true, isn't it? Besides, giving has a whole plethora of unintended pleasant consequences. A well-known master of tall tales, O. Henry, has written a very intricate, interesting story on the subject, Christmas by Injunction. In a mining township, and remember that was during the times of O. Henry, so they were mining metals, not cryptocurrencies. There was a whole bunch of miners who wanted to celebrate Christmas, and they didn't have children around. Children who make the whole soul of festivities. So they went searching for children around. They couldn't find any because all the children wanted to stay for Christmas with their parents. They only found one who was being raised by a single mom, and funnily enough, was fathered by the chief miner of that delegation. Amazing, isn't it? So sharing, caring, and giving enhances our life, raises our spirits. And this is what we in Toastmasters do here at every hour meeting. So welcome to our meeting. And without any further ado, let me invite to this stage a team of experts who will be contributing to this meeting tonight. And the first one is one of the roles that is related to timing. The role of the timer will be performed by Arthur Kabirov. Arthur, will you please tell us about your role in a couple of sentences?
Hi everyone, once again. What I will do today, I will watch for the time. So first, first of all, I will show you a green light. It means that you have reached the minimum time limit. Then I will show you yellow light. It means that the speaker is 30 seconds from his or her allotted time. And then when you has exceeded your time, I will show you red light, and it means that you should hurry up and finish your speech as soon as possible. So, and in the end of this evening, I will get back to you with my small report. That's all.
Thank you, Arthur. And we have two prepared speeches tonight. They last from 5 to 7 minutes. So the signaling will come at respective moments at 5, 6, and 7 minutes respectively. And now I would like to introduce our grammarian, who is. Now I would like to introduce an expert who is introducing the thought of the day, Tatiana Gladyshev. Tatiana.
Dear fellow Toastmasters and the guest, my name is Tatiana. I am a thought of the day tonight. And I'm going to do bad things tonight. I'm going to use my nose. That thing no one's supposed to do on that stage, by the way. Anyway, when I prepared for that meeting, I decided to share some kind of touching, emotional, and heartfelt story. But then I realized that probably all of us had enough good and bad events to feed our emotion. So I'm sticking tonight with the easy way. I'm going to tell you about some traditions of Christmas and New Year gift giving around the world to preset the mood for our meeting. So the Netherlands. Children in the Netherlands get presents from the Sinterklaas on December 5th, not on Christmas. If they leave carrots for Sinterklaas horse, he will leave sweets for the kids. Special games with poems and riddles are organized. When children follow the clues, they find small, sweet presents from Sinterklaas. Japan. Christmas in Japan is not considered a religious celebration, but a happy time. Christmas Eve is celebrated much more than Christmas itself. It is a very romantic day for the couples. They meet together and exchange presents. Children in Japan find their presents not on the Christmas tree, but on their pillows during the night. That's sweet, I think. Ireland. Like the majority of Irish, Christmas is mostly about spending time with dear ones, giving gifts to each other and enjoy tasty foods, such as Christmas mince pies. Traditionally, Irish family leaves mince pies and a good Guinness ale as a snack for Santa. China. Christmas is not particularly popular in China, as only 1% of Chinese are Christian. The Chinese celebrate New Year much more widely and actively than Christmas. The date when New Year is celebrated is based on the Chinese Lunar New Year. Okay, let's briefly read what other countries think of Russian tradition. It's not so popular tradition to give Christmas gifts in Russia for Christmas. In fact, many Russians celebrate Christmas on January 6th. And holiday is perceived only as a holiday when people go to church and spend the day with kind thought. Christmas is celebrated with family members at home. However, Russians give Christmas to each other on New Year, December 31st. Father Frost brings Christmas gifts together with his granddaughter who is helping him. This is very close to reality, I think. Dear friends, no matter what you decided to give to your beloved ones, a nice car or just a wish, don't forget to add a piece of your heart and you will get back a lot more. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana. Now, of course, we know what to do so that we are not bahambas on the Christmas day. And on this note, I would like to invite Evgeny Asachi, who is our quizmaster tonight.
One thing is I have to explain my role as far as I understand it myself. So I will write about 10 pieces of information, and I'm going to ask you to check if you were listening. And the ones who get the right response will get a treat. And that's my role tonight.
And we have another expert role tonight. That is a role observing the quality of our language. For this, I would like to invite Anna Rubinina, who will tell us about her role.
Hey friends, so I volunteered to be the grammarian today. And as I'm the teacher, I think that will be easy for me. So I'm gonna listen to your mistakes, put them down, then point at you, probably not, and give you the correct variant option. No, variant. What? Version, right. And we need the word of the day. I have one, but where shall I write it? Probably on this board. So the word is gratitude, or to be grateful. Is it a good one? Good choice. Do you know this word? Does everyone know, right? Do you use it often? No, it's your chance to use it today. Yeah, where is it?
We have a flip chart as a corner, you can use it maybe later.
I will put it down here. Oh. Can you see?
Yes.
Some of you can see. Okay, so let's meet at the end of the meeting.
Thank you, Anna. I'm truly grateful for the word gratitude tonight. And now that we all know who our expert pros are, what they will be helping us with, I would like to invite our first speaker, that is George Perelman. He is joining us online. That is his speech from the project Evaluation and Feedback, his pathway, innovative planning path, and the title of the speech is Gloves Take Off or Not. George Perelman. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I guess everybody hear me well. And I'd like to tell you the answer to the question, take off gloves or not. When we should take it off? When we shake hands. Do you hear me well? Yeah?
Yes.
Great. Great. So when we shake hands, we usually think, should I take it off or not? And why we shake hands? It's a question to which we should answer at first before we will answer to the main question. So who knows why we shake hands, especially men?
To show we are without weapon.
Sure, you know it. I didn't, and that's the right question, the right answer. And many years ago, first mention about it more than 2,000 years ago. Our historical guys found in Egypt, and also when knights be in their tournaments, they also shake hands to show that they don't have a weapon. And nowadays it becomes traditional, and we also shake hands. And we have different ways in different countries. For example, in China and Korea, they shake with both hands, like one hand and another. They they do it with two hands. And for example, in Indonesia, Iran, and Malaysia, they after shaking hands, they put hand to their shirt to show also their respect to another person. And what to do nowadays? What to do with hands when we are in winter? Yeah, now it's winter coming, or winter now, and we usually think what to do. So the rules tell us that we can do it with the gloves or without. And if one person take off their gloves, another person should also take it off. And what was interesting for me, that if you take off one glove, you should take off another glove also. I didn't know about it, and it's probably news for all men here in our meeting. So how to show that you are friendly and you are without without weapon, you are friendly. So if you show your hand, if you give your hand, you can do it like that, or like that, right? And this shows your friendly mood. This shows that you will push, and this way shows that you are going to be under pressure. So another person can be more can force something and can do more than he predicted before. So I suggest to shake hands like that, to be in the right position, equal position, and I suggest to take off gloves to show your respect again. And because when you unwear gloves, take off your gloves, you show that you don't have a weapon. Then that did our that did people many years ago. Yeah. Thank you very much, and I hope you will follow these easy rules. Thank you.
Thank you, George. And I would like to say that we as an audience are grateful for this insight into the process of shaking hands. The second speech tonight, second prepared speech, is by Samira Dozdar, and that is the speech titled The Future of Healthcare. The first level of the project presentation mastery, the project research and presenting. Samira Dozdar.
Talking about the future, I'm supposed to be optimistic, but let me start from the Murphy's Law. Does anybody know this law?
Yeah.
Murphy's Law. Okay. Okay, the light at the end of the tunnel is not the end of the tunnel, but the oncoming train. So this is the message that we receive every day when we turn on TV news, check newspapers, social media, the new variants of the virus, the mortality statistics, the death toll, the risk of incurable diseases such as cancer and Alzheimer's diseases. But the future is not doomed. And I'm here to tell you about the precision medicine and how the precision medicine can revamp the lives we are living in. I would like to focus on the precision medicine in cancer. since the cancer is the second leading cause of the death after cardiovascular diseases. And moreover, last year I joined a multidisciplinary team of company called Boston, and it helps physicians to choose the treatment for cancer patients. So why should we help physicians? Why can't physicians treat patients by themselves? There is a lot of information and questions in front of a physician. What diagnostic test to prescribe? What treatment would be the most beneficial? How to analyze different test results? And which new approaches there are in the field? And to answer this question, a doctor has to track and monitor all the scientific discoveries. And as you can see from the slide, there are more than 170,000 articles being published every year. And of course, it is impossible for one doctor to read all of these publications. That's why company Boston Gene was founded to gather and analyze all scientific and clinical data and combine it with the bioinformatics analysis and laboratory tests analysis, so that the doctor will be equipped with all necessary scientific and clinical data to choose the most effective treatment for the cancer patient. I would like to tell you about a real case of a patient who was cured thanks to the Boston Gene Analytics. It was about 3 years ago, before I joined the company. So the first patient that was treated was diagnosed with marginal zone lymphoma. It is a slow-growing rare type of blood cancer. So the doctor that treated him decided to use chemotherapy, and it worked, but then this patient progressed. And he developed a very aggressive form of blood cancer, so that the physician decided to treat him with the most advanced immunotherapy called CAR T cells. So how does it work? This is immune therapy. So immune cells, namely T cells, are extracted from the blood, and then they are reprogrammed in the laboratory and reinfused back into the patient, so that they can expand there and specifically recognize the tumor and kill tumor cells. So this patient received this therapy, but after 6 months, he progressed. So the doctor decided to use another type of CAR T cells, allogeneic CAR T cells. The difference is that T cells are derived not from the patient, but from the donor. But again, this treatment didn't work, and so the disease progressed. And fortunately, the doctor at that time started collaborating with Boston Gene, and he sent the tumor biopsy to the analysis, and he got some interesting findings. He found that the microenvironment of the tumor was highly immunosuppressive. So that's why immunotherapy CAR T cells didn't work. And moreover, the analysis from the report showed the high expression of CD30 biomarker, and this biomarker is not usually tested in such patients. So the doctor didn't even think to test this marker. And according to this data that he gathered, he selected 3 drugs that are already available in the clinic, and he combined them, and this patient was cured. So he reached complete remission, meaning that there were no signs of cancer in his body. So what we can learn from this? Of course, if this doctor didn't have access to this advanced analytics of molecular features of the tumor, he wouldn't have selected all of these drugs, and even more surprising that this combination worked better than the most advanced CAR T cells that costs more than $350,000. So looking at this case, we hope that cancer will not be incurable disease anymore, and each patient will have a chance to be treated from this deadly disease. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you for sharing with us these amazing advances of science that is marching forward in huge steps. And on this wonderful note, it looks like we have approached the time for the break, after which we will have a table topics session.
We can have 10 minutes for the break.
So it's 10 minutes for the break here, and our colleagues online, we will reconvene in 10 minutes time. Нормально на месте нет, но из уважения к нашим товарищам, которые были у нас, может быть, не начнем?
Let's begin. Yeah.
Thank you very much for getting it back in time. Truly grateful. My heart is full of gratitude to everyone for being on time. And now we are starting the most exciting, one of the more exciting parts of our session, where everyone can speak as well. And as Peter the Great was ordering his nobility to speak without notes, so that the stupidity of everyone can be seen straight away. Without any further ado, I'm inviting to the stage, Olga Gvozdeva, the table topics master, who will lead the table topic session.
Нет, вообще не будем последовательно.
Olga, and for the benefit of the guests, can you tell us about the table topics, please, and what this whole process entails?
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, dear Toastmasters, today we have a wonderful theme, thanks to Daniel. And I think that sometimes we, in this New Year Eve, we receive different presents. Sometimes it could be an object of desire, and sometimes it could be just a piece of advice, but that we receive in the right moment in our life, which is very important. And today, during our table topic session, I will act as a postman in front of you, because during my preparation, I was asked to deliver you a letter from our common old friend. Dear Toastmasters, let me read for you the letter from Santa Claus. Dear Moscow Toastmasters, for a whole year, I followed your progress and admired the achievements of each of you in public speaking. I remember well how at the beginning of the year, some of you were shy on stage. It is such a pleasure to see you become a more confident speaker. This year turned out to be very difficult for me. I have to help so many people who suffered from diseases and loss of loved ones. I got a lot of letters from you asking for my advices. I'm sure you have some volunteers to help me answer these letters. Dear Toastmasters, this is the rules for our table topic session. Please raise your hand if you would like to volunteer to help Santa. Please, once you're on stage, please say your name. This is crucial because we will choose the winner of the table topic session. Get your letter and give us the answer for 1 to 2 minutes. Please mind the color cards from our timer. So I need some volunteers. Santa needs some volunteers. Okay. Okay, Olga.
Yeah, my name is Olga.
And
I would like to help Santa.
You would like to help Santa. So here is your letter from one member of Toastmasters. Dear Santa, next year I would like to get a new education. Please tell me how to achieve goals.
And there is somebody who.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I can guess. All right, education, new education. So
I think if everyone has such a goal to have an education, this is great. We should learn all our life. I think every one of us agrees, right? We live in a very, very turbulent time, volatile time. And as Santa mentioned, the last year was especially tough, and there was a lot of suffering, diseases, and so many people were scared, disappointed. So I think that we should look and be optimistic about our future. And if you want to have, if you want to continue your learning process in life, you should probably start ask Samira how to treat all the diseases which we face these years. I believe that virology is a great sphere of studies. You should go and deep dive in it. Of course, if you don't have the background in medicine, you can think about something around this. But I am sure that with this profession in the future, with this education, you can help the world to beat all the diseases. Thank you.
Volunteers? Yeah, sure. Great.
Eugene,
The next letter is also for you. Dear Santa, in 2022, I want to work harder on fun part of my life. Traveling, parties, and entertaining events are my plans. Please let me know how to manage your work-life balance.
hello, Toastmasters. Managing work-life balance. That's a tough one, isn't it? We need money to have fun, and we need to work to have money. So if we work, we will not have fun because we don't have money. If we have fun, we will quickly run out of ideas. I can suggest one of the ways that some people do, and I hope I can meet those people and talk to them pretty soon. They decided to reject all of this idea of working hard to have a little bit of fun. And they moved to a country where it's always shining, the sun is always shining, and it's always a lot of fun. So they went in Goa, in India, and they call it downshifting. So that's my idea for the post-COVID year. For you.
Great. Maybe someone from Zoom would like to participate and volunteer to Santa.
I'm ready.
Great.
If I can.
Sounds like it's Georgia. Okay. Dear George, the next letter is for you. Dear Santa, I would like to change my job and to work not harder, but to work less, yet with more visible accomplishments. Please let me know how to be more efficient.
Focus on what to do and to show more effective results. So don't waste your time on something else. Spend time on necessary things. It's hard. It's not easy because we do like to do some easy things, but this year you should focus on mostly valuable things, and not to waste time on unnecessary things. And you will work less, and you will be more effective. Do it.
Very much, George. Maybe we can have more volunteers for Santa. Please. Yeah, sure. Great.
My name is Tatiana, and I would like to get a card from Santa.
To Santa.
To Santa.
Great. Dear Santa, next year I want to lose weight. Please tell me how to find inspiration to make physical activity and healthy lifestyle a joy.
Okay, so this is a very easy task. What you need to do is just to start enjoying yourself. That's the easiest way to lose the weight, to have a healthy lifestyle, and develop and reach the majority of your goals. As a matter of fact, that was it's been a tough year for myself. I have lost a few close people, relatives, and even friends. And what I realized that all goals are not as much valuable as our simple things, family, friends, relationships, easy moments that makes us smile and enjoy. And if you can, if you can visit, if you're going to be visiting Toastmasters Club, Toastmasters meeting as well, that is going to help you to achieve your goals as well, because it makes you more confident. And that way you might not be even thinking of, you would change your goals. Thank you.
Volunteer, please, for Santa. We have some time.
You know, I think everyone can have a chance to be on stage today.
Great.
Have
Come on,
time.
please. Let's go. Somebody else. Great.
If you have enough questions. So.
I do, I think, yeah. I asked you almost all, not everyone, but at least. Okay, so please introduce yourself and get your letter.
My name is Daniel.
Daniel, great. Dear Santa, next year I will devote more time for myself, exercise, reading, taking care of my health and beauty. I need your advice on how to put my personal self on the first place in life.
How dare you to ask Santa the most difficult life questions? What structure to use? Okay, I use in the past, everything I do was devoted to one and only one question. If something I do today, this hour, helps me to get what I want in my career development or not. If it helps, I do it. If it doesn't help, I just go to work, Saturday, Sunday, evening, no matter. 5 years ago, I started to work in a Danish company, and I saw people in Denmark leaving their workplace 6 hours before I normally did in Russia. Like they finish their job at 3, went home, do physical activities, admire hygge, admire nature, admire family. And according to World Index of Happiness, they are the second happiest nation of the world. In the future, I want to combine all these ways of doing things, because I think we still need to look at our career goals,
because we live not in Denmark but in Russia, where we understand that some people save a lot of money on people, and where we need 10 people to do job, a Russian company have 5, but at more working hours. Yeah. Still, we need to understand they make money on us. It's okay. Let's go home at 5.
Okay.
Oh, try. The next letter is for you. Dear Santa, next year I want to get rid of bad habits, get up early and carry out all my plans for the day. Please tell me how to be well organized and successful.
Question not for me. Okay. I think in order to get rid of bad habits, first thing you have to do, you have to write what you don't like in yourself, and then to make a plan how to exclude these bad habits from your life. And if you want to get up early, you have to go to bed early and not sit until the deep night. And if you want to be successful, you also have to identify your goals and find the way how to achieve them. And I think that's all.
Thank you. Anyone?
You should try it.
If there is a letter left,
I hope it's not yours, but maybe. Let's see.
If not, he can repeat something. No, because
Okay.
Daniel has his own opinion on it. I'm sure.
No, it might be his letter to Santa, I mean. But let's.
But he knows the answer then.
Okay. Okay. So, anyone want to volunteer for Santa? You, Daniel, please. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Oh
Dear-
no, it's mine. You can read. Dear Santa, next year I would like to try living abroad. Please tell me how not to be afraid of new beginnings and dare.
Dear Santa, thank you very much for such. Dear O,
You are Santa, kind of.
perhaps you need to understand why you would like to be living abroad and if there is anything missing in your current environment. And what is that you are afraid of traveling overseas or of not getting abroad the sort of things that you are accustomed to presently? We are the masters of our own destiny, and we are casting our own future ourselves. You need to set your mind on doing what is that you would like to do, and whether it's in this country or abroad, it's up to you to accomplish it. Best wishes, Santa.
Thank you. So, we still have some letters left, so we need to do the favor for Santa. So we need more volunteers. Maybe Anna.
There are 3 people left, right? Alina, Artur, and Anna. Maria.
Maria, maybe you would like to help Santa with letter.
Yeah, I'd like to, my pleasure.
So great, thank you very much. Okay, the next letter is for you. I still need presentation. Okay. Dear Santa, next year I want to be more social. Please tell me how to develop empathy and soft skills.
Oh, my little friend, I'm so grateful to get your letter. And that's already great that you started from something, and you were quite brave to write to me. Me and my dear, we can help you to socialize, to find new friends, and just don't be afraid of speaking, of making friends. And I encourage you to new discoveries thanks to this. Join Toastmasters, share your experience, and that's how you can improve your social skills. I guess this is the first step that you can make to achieve your goal. And also come to me to Lapland, and we can discover my perfect, incredible country together. We can travel together. So up to you to start. I can't unfortunately be in your shoes, but remember, Santa is always with you. I'm ready to support you all the time when you are in need. So be brave, my friend, and see you soon. Your Santa.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So I guess we have still some letter. It's the last letter. Yeah, the last letter for today. And the job is done. The Santa will be happy and he has a lot of free time to help other people who maybe need more than we have to.
No way.
Okay, Anna, the stage is yours. The last letter for you. Okay, the last one. Dear Santa, the only part of my life that I can truly change is my own self, and this is an ongoing process. Please let me know how to constantly find the strength for improvement.
Okay, strength. As Tanya suggested, you should regard your life as a great opportunity for having fun at this planet. And me, at tough times of my life, I imagine that this life is given just once, and every minute is worth living, because in a couple of years, not a couple, in decades, I won't exist on the earth. So if you want to live here, to grow, to develop, you should enjoy this process, because we don't know what will happen then. So, and I think we also live in great time when, despite of disease, despite of war, it's the healthiest, wealthiest time on earth. So be grateful and enjoy your life.
Thank you very much. The table topic session is finished.
Dear Olga, thank you so much for this fascinating table topic session. And now is the time for another stage of our meeting. That is an integral part of our meeting when we receive constructive feedback from various angles by different colleagues. For this, I invite the general evaluator of the meeting and pass this stage on to her, Olga Latanova.
Let's begin from voting.
Promoting for the table topics. So guys, we had a great, wonderful, charming, I would say, session of table topics, which brought us to the childhood when we wrote the letters to Santa or Daddy Frost, grandfather Frost, how we call them. So please, we should select who was the best speaker for the table topic session, and for selecting this. The winner, please use the QR code, which you can find in the agenda in the bottom of the sheet. So yeah, I give like 30 seconds for everyone to vote, but I would like to vote myself. By the way.
Everyone can vote for themselves.
No, not for myself. I want to vote. I want to vote for the best one. Okay. Everyone voted, and we know who's the best helper to Santa, and I think we will know it in the end of the meeting, right? Okay, all right. So now let me introduce myself again. My name is Olga, and I am the general evaluator of today's meeting. So feedback is the breakfast for champions. So I want you to keep this famous quote in mind during the whole today feedback session. And our feedback session will consist of 3 parts. The first part will be the personal evaluation session. And during this session, the personal evaluators will present their reports to the prepared speeches. We had 2 speeches today. So let's start with personal evaluation. The first speaker today was George, who is online. When I saw the topic of his speech in the agenda, I was really intrigued. So I thought that we might hear about the history of duels from 19th century, when you remember the guys, they throw the glove to ask someone, you know, to defend the nobility of some beautiful woman. So yeah, but it was a different topic. I just want to remind you that George was completing his speech. The project is called Feedback and Evaluation, and he was giving the second speech. So we would assume that he took all the feedback which was given for the first time, and he would apply it in his second speech. So let's hear from the personal evaluator of George whether he progressed from the last time. And George's personal evaluator today is Maria, correct? So Maria is also online, and Maria, the virtual stage is yours, please.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Hello, George. Good evening to you. Actually, I can't compare your speech with the previous one, but I can share my objective point of view of this performance. And yeah, I need to underline one more time that it was quite informative, and I was curious also while reading the agenda what they're going to say about gloves. Also, I respect your position in space because you have like background that make us respect you even in advance, like lots of diplomas. Yeah. Also, that's great that after the you repeated your topic one more time for those who wasn't so attentive, or just to underline this. So in the beginning, you said one more time about what you are going to speak. That's great that I didn't see that you use lots of text. Probably you had some notes, but you managed using some synonyms, some analogs to replace these words into some simpler versions, I would say. Also, it was really clever to use the hands because it was logical, like hands and gloves, they're connected. So you used some gestures. Also, you could share your emotions. Your facial expressions were really visible and readable, and you smiled and you shared positive mood. Thanks for this. Now I come to, I mentioned pros, and then coming to cons, I can say that probably you need to check speaking and of some at least main principal words of your discussion, because like gloves, they are pronounced like gloves. And also historical guys, that was quite funny that you named researchers historical guys. The second point that you can improve, this is eye contact, because yeah, now it's hard, I see it's hard to follow this, but now I'm looking at my camera, and probably it can help the real audience to follow your speech and to imagine that you are present in real life with them. And also I would recommend to avoid this quantity of pauses and of hesitations, because yeah, you didn't use the text, but this kind of stuff with or pauses was too much, too long. But in general, to sum up, I can thank you one more time about the logical of your speech, the order of your points, and also the examples that you share. It wasn't just a theory, it was practical one. So I'm grateful for the information that I got from your speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maria, very much. I will do.
So thank you very much, Maria. I think everyone would agree that this feedback was given in a very professional manner, and we should all remember that the feedback should be positive, constructive, specific. And I think Maria's feedback contained all the elements. It was very well structured. It had a lot of examples. And also what is really is important, there was some humor in it. So that was great. Thank you, Maria. I think George appreciates your evaluation. And now we are moving to the second feedback, which will be the feedback to Samira. Samira presented her project research and presenting. Since I know Samira's background, I could expect that this project would be done very professionally, because I think research is something which you did in your life a lot. So that was, and the topic, by the way, you selected for this speech was amazing and personal for me. It was great because I'm also sort of connected with healthcare, not as a scientist, but a little bit from my work. So it was. I admired how you tried to put scientific material in quite simple words, and trying to bring to the audience the interesting findings, the latest, the cut of the edge findings in medicine. So, and I would like to welcome Daniil, who will be presenting the feedback to your speech. Daniil is an experienced feedback giver, so to say. So I really believe that you will benefit from his feedback. So thank you.
Dear Toastmasters, today in the morning I saw a bug in Matrix, a technical mistake. I went to military commissariat by the command and they confused my military profession. Are you a pharmacologist? They asked. The pharmacologist in oil and gas. I said, no, but I should have said, no, I'm the evaluator of pharmacologists, not in oil and gas, but in drugs or something like this. Yep. Still, Russian army should be very grateful that Samira made me a better pharmacologist, and in case of war, I need to be prepared. Samira did a great presentation by at least two facts. First, she didn't look at her presentation too much, only checking if it's right slide or not for like a blink of an eye. She was looking to the audience, making, I would say, very nice eye contact with us. Second, her presentation was not overloaded with unnecessary things. Only a few objects, few words that are meaningful. And words were mostly scientific, because if she says something like immunosuppressive, it's much better to double check with the screen what's going on. Yeah. Then I really admired how confident she was on the stage. It was very easy to believe what she is saying. Then her structure was perfect. Murphy law to kick things off. Then the problem, a case story from real experience, and inspiring conclusion that all this type of cancer will be curable. How to make such speech even better next time? I think that opener with Murphy law was great. However, the first two sentences, like talking about future, we will have some diseases to make. I think Samira could just open up with Murphy law without saying Murphy law, just if you see the light in the end of the tunnel, probably it's not the problem solver, it's just a train going into your way. Yep, it's called Murphy law if you don't know. And then talk about future, that probably you thought it will be electric cars and some fancy things, but it will be also some very complicated diseases we need to solve. Yep. Know your audience. This is the most important rule to everybody who presents something very difficult to understand. And when you say some professional chairman, probably it's a nice way first to explain it in very easy way. For example, I don't know what immunosuppressive means, but it's when you say such a word, very long and complicated, sometimes you lose your audience for like 20 seconds, because people like me, we try to get over it. It's much better to explain what immunosuppressive means in very simple words, and then say it is called immunosuppressive. It works much better. And yeah, to improve vocal variety, please try to emphasize one or two words in each sentence. For example, to get the material not from the patient, but from the donor. Now the audience is helped by this, by the volume and emphasizing of your voice. Samira, let me congratulate you with finishing the first level. Yes. I think that everybody in this room, in this club, is grateful to you, because we saw the development of a speaker who was very shy, staying in the distant corner, and we all wanted to hug you. Now you stand here very confident, using a visual aid, and everybody wants you to speak at every meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daniel. It was, as usual, inspiring, very emotional, and there was a perfect structure in your feedback, and there was the story in the beginning, and how you connected the future of medicine with the military commissariat. That's, you know, your brain. I really admire your brain. But what I think about the feedback you've just given, and I think Samira will really appreciate it, that you provided solutions. So in the second part, when you gave examples of the areas of where to improve, Daniel provided what specifically you should do, and I really encourage you to use this advice from an experienced Toastmaster. Thank you, Daniel. It was great. So. With this, we are moving to the second part of our feedback session, where we will listen to the reports of specific evaluators who took care about the hygiene, I would call it hygiene aspects of our speeches and the beauty of our language, so to call. So let me start with our newcomer today, Arthur. Please, so just a quick introduction. When I'm on the stage and I look at the timer, actually, I'm always surprised. I think that something is wrong with the phone, with the timer on the phone, because the time really flies. I think for me, I don't know how about you, but for me it accelerates 5 times. Like, and I'm always thinking like something wrong there. So please give us your report.
Well, my report is going to be very short because I'm a timer. What interesting? Everything was great. Probably the shortest speech was given by Evgenia Sachi, 22 seconds. Great result. And speaking of prepared speeches, George, you delivered in time. Your time was 5 minutes 40 seconds. Great result. And speaking of Samira's speech, your time was 8 minutes 22 seconds. I think you should remember about time. We had only 7 minutes. And what else? Personal evaluator of Samira, Daniel, you ran out of time too. Your result is 5 minutes, but you had only 3. So I think that's all. In general, it was okay, I think. Thank you.
Thank you, Arthur. I think you were very organized timer, and I liked your creativity of going to the camera and showing the cards to the online speakers. That was, I think they really appreciate it, because it's not easy for them to follow the time. So thanks a lot. And now I would like to call to the stage our grammarian, right? Word master, who volunteered this role, and teacher Anna, please take the stage.
Thank you. I'd like to start with the parts where I would praise you all for very eloquent speech, especially Olga, Daniel, Olga, Tatiana, and Samira. You used very beautiful words, but I couldn't keep up with you, and I wrote just 4. And I will share them with you. Some of them, they're emotional, but a little bit not positive. So I liked how Samira said, doomed, we're doomed. And Olga said, turbulent, we live in turbulent times. And too positive from Daniel, sharing, caring, and giving. And the phrase that we cast our future. Am I right? Okay. Now the part, my favorite part, mispronunciations. Okay, so it's heart, not hurt.
tunnel, not tunnel. Patient. So we have a, not patient, or something like. Can you repeat? Patient, right? So for everyone who wants to go abroad and live abroad and travel abroad, it's O. Abroad. And we like to say abroad, and it's something strange. And you know, Daniel invented a new word. Probably Daniel will correct me if I'm not right. So it's term, not termin. You said scientific termins. Termin. Do we have this word in English? No, you said termin.
It's a slip of the tongue.
Okay, I'm sure you know that, right. And so there were a couple of mistakes, but I would like to focus on just two. So these are common mistakes Russian people do. And the first one is how we say, I agree, I don't agree. All Russian people say, I'm agree, I'm not agree. So let's practice. I will say a phrase and you will say, do you agree or you don't agree? You will say, if you agree, or no, not say disagree. Don't say don't. So why this mistake happened? In Russian, we have согласен. It's, what is it? Adjective? Я согласен. Yes, it's an adjective. Participle, okay, but in English, it's just a verb. Think of it as the verb like. I don't like. I agree, I don't agree. So, Toastbusters is the best club in Moscow. Okay, the weather is very good today.
I don't agree.
Okay, depends. Everyone can say it. Alina, you're my best friend. Okay. Okay, so agree. And the second one, advice. So the English word advice is singular. It has only one form, advice, no advices. And if you want to share not just one piece of advice, but several pieces of advice, you should say, I'd like to give you some advice. That's all. Some advice. Don't add S at the end. So, do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. And probably the third thing, just for the holiday season. How do you say на Новый год, на Рождество? No, I mean, например, я ставлю елку на Новый год. Okay, for. I don't mean. What? Так, on and. Okay, so there is a strange part. When we say about holidays, we say at New Year, at Christmas, at. But if we add the word day, the preposition changes to on.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day, on New Year Day and Eve. If you remember that will be great. Okay, thank you for listening to me.
Anna, that was an amazing lesson, I would say. Thank you very much. I felt like back in the school days, actually. But it was, I think everyone appreciates you spending time and also helping people to remember, not just saying say in a different way, but you know, we will have some associations and remember it for the next time. Thank you very much. So with yes, the gratitude. So word of the day.
You know, I heard you used it just once. Probably I'm wrong. So Daniel said, right? And you too. Maria. So Maria won.
All right. So now we are moving to the last to the last piece of feedback session, where I will give you sort of my impression of today's meeting and provide some feedback to all the members, all the participants. So first of all, I would like to say thank you to our organizers of the club, to the club officers who managed such a challenge, which happened as Anna mentioned, like in the middle of the day, you suddenly found out that 6 people who had to present in the meeting, they unfortunately could not. And I think we didn't feel that something was wrong, right? So our meeting was still very well organized. The roles were assigned, and everybody benefit from today's meeting. So thank you very much for that. Maybe, I don't know, as we are supposed to talk about how to improve, actually, I have no idea how you can improve. Maybe you should have sort of plan B. What you do if somebody cannot, and you have a substitute just in case. But I don't know, you are professionals, so maybe you have other ideas. So from technical perspective, everything was very smooth. Zoom participants, we could hear them very well, and they were also part of the table topic session. So I think everything went, and they were, yeah, they provided the feedback as well. So I think it was great from that perspective. The meeting started on time. We had because of less participants, we had a long break, and we had the chance to chat with each other, do some networking, and get to know better each other. So I like that part very much. So maybe about the topic. Yes, I was a little bit confused about the topic because in my view it contained two separate topics, so to say. And I think there was a discussion in the chat, but our Toastmasters, when I heard his introduction, I realized how well these topics are really connected. So thank you very much, Daniel, for making this very clear in our heads. But maybe as a small improvement for the next time, maybe you provide some clarification for the participants of the club in the chat, so they understand better why is it like that. So let me say a few words to Daniel. So I think he made a great job. So he created this, I would say, we can say with today's meeting, the official start of getting ready to the New Year, Christmas, this wonderful magic time has started. So thank you for doing it. And in your introduction, you provided so many examples and connections about the sharing, caring, and giving, and connecting the new year with the volunteers work. So that was great. Thank you very much. And overall, I would like I am really grateful to Daniel for taking care of the whole meeting, looking after the time. It was Daniel who told us it's time to finish the break and let's continue. And he was very engaging, very supportive for everyone, for every participant. Thank you so much. Thought of the day, Tatiana, you supported Daniel with bringing this Christmas mood, or New Year mood. So your speech was very informative and educating in a way. I didn't know about some of the traditions. So thank you very much for that. And so maybe just for the next, if you take this role next time, maybe you think about making a powerful conclusion and the some phrase which would keep and stick in our heads, and we will remember it for the whole meeting as sort of the day. Because for me personally, I had it in my head for some time, but then I tried to remember it in a while, and I think it flowed away a little bit. So make it powerful and very memorable. Thanks. So, table topic session. So this is the second session I hear from Olga, and I enjoyed it again. So first of all, thank you for all the efforts you did to reach out to every participant of today's meeting. As I understand, you wrote a message to everyone, and you collected. Just imagine how much work Olga has done to prepare, and the presentation with this, it was design was amazing. So you might be a professional designer in a way. So, and the format was great. And I think everyone was very engaged. The ones who volunteered and took the stage to help Santa to answer the really tough questions. And you know, it was, for me, it was a mixture. It was a mix of some fun, but at the same time, some of the questions, as Daniel mentioned, they were really hard life questions. And I still, you know, keep on thinking. So this left a sort of a trace in my heart. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful session. Just as a maybe for the next time, I would really love if I hear the next table topic from you, maybe just an advice or my observation. Maybe you could provide a small feedback after every speaker, so to say, just to make the transition to the next topic you are going to bring. Small transition, just a comment from your side, your personal comment, that would be great. Thank you for that. And I think this was it. That was my first time I did this general evaluator job. So don't judge me very strict. Thank you very much. And now, very important part, it's our quiz. Eugen, yes, I remember that you don't say it in Russian way. So I'm inviting Eugen to the stage, and we will see who was the most attentive listener of today's meeting. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I have a few questions, and most of the questions kind of interesting to me because some people in different countries do crazy things. Do you remember who serves beer for Christmas? Which country? Ireland. Right? This one. And which country hides Christmas presents under the pillow? Maybe you remember on which day Netherlands celebrates Christmas.
December
5th, yes. All right. So Chinese do some special ritual when shaking hands. Do you remember what it is? Both hands. Yes.
Who said that?
Tatiana.
That was your
Right. Tricky question. Samira mentioned a very advanced immunomodulation therapy, and it consisted of 4 steps. Maybe you can name the third step. Third step? Yes, yes. That's how it's called. Do you remember the steps?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's extracting the.
So the first step is extracting the T cells.
T cells from the
The
body.
second stage.
We put it back to the body. Patient's body.
Okay. The second one is insert a CAR gene, a CAR. The third stage. Do you remember? Before they do that, they have to grow those cells, and that was the third stage. And Olga gave us an amazing way to lose weight. You remember what it was? Oh, so sorry, it was Tanya.
To have fun. It
Enjoy
was my
yourself,
question.
yes.
I remember.
And that is all for today. Thank you very much.
Dear friends, our meeting comes to the end, and I want to say thank you for all of you for this amazing evening. Even we had a lot of issues this evening, but it was great. Thank you all. The first, what I want to say, please evaluate our meeting. You have the second QR code on your agenda. Please do it, and I can check 1 minute, maybe less. Don't you have a chance? Okay. So. While you are voting, I check table topic winner. And please give me a ribbon. So we are ready to go. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. So we are ready to know who is the best table topic today. And we have 2. Wow. The first winner is Anna Rubinina. Okay. May I ask you to
To those who don't believe in themselves, I haven't won any table topics in 5 years.
Wow.
But I've started to win now.
Yeah.
You won the club photos a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yes,
Last year she is the winner.
Josh, do something better. You are on my picture.
Let's.
You was like a sort of the day, but very like doomed sort of.
Who is the second?
The second winner is Maria Turnaeva.
Thank you, dear friends.
Maria, ribbon is for you online. And the next ribbon I have to. Okay, okay, I have the next ribbon for our level achievement. This is Samira.
Marvelous.
Olga.
Olga. Yeah. Will be in 2 weeks, so come to our meeting and sign for the role if you want to be someone. We have a lot for now. And after our second meeting on this month, it will be 22nd of December. After this, we will have New Year party for all Toastmasters. 22nd? Our meeting, yes, 22nd. After then, New Year's Toastmasters party, 25th of December. Yeah. So all of you are invited. And if you are not a member, just start to be. Yes.
You have to register before the 12th of December because Marie is in France. George is. So you have to register before the 12th of December because we have to see how many people are going, and it depends on the number of people. 12th of December, you can find the link in our chat, and afterward, I will share the invitation with you personally. Okay? And Eugene also, probably. Would you like to come, or you are leaving for your sport conference?
I'm not sure yet.
Thank you very much, Anna. And what else I want to say? You have your agenda again. And there we have a small telephone number for donation to our committee, to our few snacks, and to some ribbons and other stuff that we have for our meetings. So we are volunteers. We don't have salary, it's just a friend. So don't share to donate to our club. What else? I want to say thank you, and thank you, Olga, that you mentioned this big work of our committee, because it's really interesting issues every time during every meeting. So it's really hard to be committee. And I want to say thank you to all of our committee. This is Anna. She is our secretary and maybe more. Our Anna, the second Anna is Anna Gonzalez. She is our PR manager. And our George, he is here today. He is a sergeant in arms. And me as a president, I'm here. And Samira, our treasure. Yes, the most important. So thank you very much, guys. I'm really happy that I have you all. And this is all what I wanted to say. So thank you very much. Have a good evening. And if you want, don't forget. So if you want, go to after